Good Monday morning, all. It's the start of another week, y'all. So happy Monday, happy Motivation Monday um, from Eris and myself. This dog lives in my skin, but it's okay. That's mom's baby, right? Anyway, um, so I'm gonna come to you and try to be motivating. It's hard to be motivating when you don't feel really motivated at times, but because this is a journey and life's a journey and anything we do in it is part of the journey. We have to find a way to keep going and keep pushing, um, especially if you have goals in front of you and things you want to do. I'm just saying I don't feel very motivated because I just feel like I've been working so hard these past few weeks, and again, I just feel like I know that I'm progressing. Weight wise, I'm progressing. Like, I just bought me a heavier kettlebell, um, because the other one, it just, once it starts getting too easy, it's time to progress so you can keep challenging yourself and keep building. And I brought some of my heavier weights home, so I am no longer even touching the 10-pound dumbbells anymore. They can walk past. I am now using the 15s, the 20s, and the 25s. So I see progress. And I am working on body recomposition. So that's what I want to do. I want to see progression in the weight that I'm able to push and pull and move. Because I want to build muscle. I'm trying to change my fat percentage and my muscle percentage. Um, And so when you're doing that, you can't really rely on the scale, because if you're building muscle and burning fat at the same time, the scale is not really going to show that in a way of like weight loss. So if you lose a pound of fat, gain a pound of muscle, the scale's not going to move. And so that's where I am. The scale is not going to move. It is not moving, and but it is discouraging only because I do want to lose weight as well. Like, I want to bring that number down, and that's really just based on BMI purposes. I want to bring that number down because I am still considered morbidly obese, even after losing over 130 pounds. So it's like I still have a ways to go. And I do feel like that needs to be like reconsidered and how they consider people's health, because I am a healthy person. Um, I am active. I'm strong. Um, so, you know, there's that. Um, but part of the motivation, a lot of the motivation, well, really all of the motivation, has to deal with our mentality, and that's really what I want to talk about is your mental state, mental health. I know I'm on here. I'm always talking about the physical. I'm always talking about nutrition or stuff like that, but your mental state is probably really the most important. I say nutrition as far as giving our body what it needs. And, if you're wanting to lose weight, whatever you're trying to do, yes. But if your mind, your mental state isn't there to even get started, if you get started and your mental health isn't in a state that's going to help you to keep going, to develop that discipline and determination, you're not going to keep going. Um, if you're still dealing with, issues like trauma or depression and stress, you really need to find a way to manage those things. Seek some mental healing, um, because this journey and anything in life has to do with what you think of yourself, how you think, how you process things. Um, when I started my journey, gosh, 3 years ago now, I couldn't even pick up a dumbbell or get on a treadmill or switch over to chicken breast and broccoli. Like I couldn't even do that because my mental health was everywhere, and I couldn't focus. I knew that I couldn't focus on eating right and exercising and staying committed to that journey, knowing that if something else in life happened, that it was just going to throw me off, because that's just been my pattern. I just was not mentally ready to add those other things to my daily, to my lifestyle. I just wasn't. Um, and so that's where I had to focus first, just looking at life as it was at the moment and taking some things off of my plate, um, loving myself where I was, not looking at myself and hating what I saw and being angry with myself for the way that I was looking and the state of my health. Like I had to stop how I was speaking to myself, how I was looking at myself, and I had to tell myself that whatever I was looking at in the mirror was something that I could change and only I could change it. So I had to do some mental work. I had to clear my space, um, of things and even people and situations that I just could not change or did not have anything to do with me. Um, so I had to do a lot of work before I could even think about taking fried food off the plate, you know, or going for a walk. Like I couldn't, because I knew in the past that I tried to do it all at one time and it was impossible to maintain any level of consistency when as soon as life threw another curveball, boom, I'm responding with my emotions. And that would lead me to just continue the bad habits or jump right back into them. And I would just find myself exactly where I was, not just weight and health wise, but mental wise, just in a hole, in a dark place, feeling lonely and hopeless, and just like, this is just life. Just accepting this is it. You're not going to be any better than this. I don't care how you dress it up, I don't care how much you smile. When I'm alone with myself, you don't even love yourself. And I just did not want to keep going through that mental roller coaster and then taking myself through the physical roller coaster. So I had to, I had to get some healing and get some peace and be real with myself. Like, be really, really real with myself. And so I did that for months before I changed anything. And so even now, I've been doing this consistently for, it's again 3 years now. Over 3 years now, I'm thinking. But anyway, I've been consistent. I haven't been perfect, but I've been consistent. And along the way, still, life throws curveballs at you. Life happens. You never know what's around the corner. And, when it's hard, it's hard. But I learned to, first of all, have some boundaries. If it's something I have no control over, what can I do but pray? If it's something that I caused, then you know what? I have to assume some responsibility and hold myself accountable and apologize where I need to or fix what I need to. Um, if it's people, unfortunately, some people seem to just kind of, I don't know, get sifted out of your life for whatever reason. And those types of things hurt. Um, just boundaries with family, boundaries, even in my marriage, and just those are all things that I've had to learn to put in place so I didn't keep going through that same cycle over and over again. I'm up, and then when I'm down, I am all the way down, like all the way down, and hiding it. So being in that state of mind and then hiding it is so much worse because it takes even more energy to try to keep smiling through it and feeling like I can't share, I can't tell anyone what I'm going through. I can't tell anyone the dark thoughts that I'm having. I can't tell anyone the morbid thoughts that I'm having. Like, I've been there. I've definitely been there. And so I had to get some healing. I had to do some letting go, some pruning in my life. I turned to God. That is what I believe in, and praying and talking to Him, and just, you know, reading scripture and just spending time with Him. Really, for me, it's my deliverance. um, but I still have moments. I'm still a human being. I still struggle. I deal with, not just, life, things happening, but even within myself. Sometimes body dysmorphia, it pops up, and body dysmorphia can make you feel really disgusting and disgusted about yourself and with yourself. It can really throw you off if you go down that rabbit hole and just stay there. So it does pop up, and it affects me in a way that's like, man, I'm doing all of this for what? And it just, if you go down a rabbit hole, then it's like, well, you know what? Just forget it. Nothing is working. Again, this is life. This is me. This is how this is. Like, no, I can't give into that. Um, and even just that, just knowing that I literally am putting in the work. Like, I'm putting it in. Like, I'm working out. Monday through Friday, I push myself. I don't be feeling like it, but I work out. I've been drinking my water. I've been taking in my protein. I've been trying to, balance my nutrition with fiber and, everything. Um, Getting in my steps, and getting some sunlight finally. It's coming back. I feel like I'm doing everything. And um, at the same time, it feels like nothing is happening. Even though I do have signs, I do have signs that things are happening. Like yesterday, so many people were like, "Oh my gosh, you're really slimming down," and I'm thinking, "Am I?" But of course, my mind went to the number on the scales. Like, well, according to my scale, I'm up like 10 pounds or 8 pounds or whatever, and it's like, but you're working on body composition. Like, I have to remind myself. So you're lifting weight, so you could possibly be looking smaller if you're gaining muscle, because muscle will make you look leaner. So it's like, stop that. But that's how easy it is to go down, that negative thought pathway. And so we have to again learn to speak to ourselves better, give ourselves grace, and just keep going. Just keep going. Always have something in front of you that is going to help you to keep your eyes forward, to keep looking for it, even when you go right, even when you go left. But no, 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 that's the prize. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yes, this is over here. That's over there. No, that's where I'm trying to get you. So always have something in front of you that's going to help you to, again, keep your eyes, turning forward, focus forward, and just walk towards it. I say too, it doesn't matter how fast, it doesn't matter how slow, but just keep going forward no matter what happens. Um, so again, mental health is very important, not just in this journey, but in life period. And I know there's so much going on. We see so much in the news and so much on social media, and even within our own communities, that it's very disheartening. It's very discouraging. It's scary. It makes us worry. Um, but we gotta trust. We gotta trust God, and we have to trust ourselves, that we're gonna be our best and do our best, um, no matter what is looking at, and just try to be positive. Try to be positive. Find yourself a good support system. Listen, therapy. It's nothing to be ashamed of if you feel you need therapy. I've gone through therapy, a few times, and it helps. And even now, I feel like, maybe I could talk to somebody, maybe, once or twice a month, just to kind of, have another outlet of release or whatever. I have my little doggy here. If y'all know my story with this doggy, She really is supposed to be my emotional support animal, but she drives me crazy. But she drives me crazy in a good way. Now, see what you see? There's nothing. Stop. See what I'm saying? Stop it. But anyway, just find a place of peace that's just yours. That's for you to go. I can go anywhere in my house and find a place and just sit and be completely quiet. It could be in my bedroom, it could be in my living room, my dining room, my bathroom, but that's the space that I create for me, and it's important to me. So when people come over, or whatever, it's like okay, just kind of find a spot and fit in, But that's just something I do in my home. Everywhere I go in here, I can sit and just be quiet and find peace. But that's very intentional. It's the atmosphere that I create in my own home. So do that. If you can't do that in every room of your place, do it somewhere. Somewhere where you can just go and be quiet and hush out all the noise, or pray, or talk or release. Sometimes I just talk. I just start talking just to release. I talk my feelings just to release it. Um, Music is another thing that I use to help me to get some focus when I'm feeling a little chaotic. Um, Music really draws me in, and there's so many different kinds of music that can help you with any mood. When I'm feeling down, of course, I'm putting on like worship and gospel music. When I'm feeling like, I need some high energy, I put on something really, really upbeat. So when I'm feeling like not so, girly, I put on something a little saucy. But but yeah, I mean, and you do that by spending time with yourself, getting to know yourself, so you know what works for you. I just bought some new plants. The weather's getting nice. I'm gonna be back outside walking. I'm gonna clean up my patio so I can go and sit out there. So again, but I just wanted to come forth, and just to give you some motivation. And the only reason I thought of mentality is because wow, right now mentally I am struggling a little bit, but I'm going to keep pushing. But y'all have a good day. Happy Monday. New week, new blessings, new goals. Go out and get it. Say yes.